Hi everybody, this is show 5 of day 6 and it is, would you believe, Basil Brush Unleashed and Uncut.
I'm Ian, this is Jane.
Hi, sorry I forgot that bit.
Yeah. Only in case.
Never mind.
I'm sure people are getting sick of us going, hello, we're Ian, we're Jane, but actually the reality is that not everybody will watch everything that we've been watching. No. So it's always best to just, you need to know who you're talking to, don't you really?
And are you going to
I'm going to read this, yeah. So, first of all, I'd just like to say that I grew up with Basil Brush. He is one of my heroes.
Yeah.
You know, him and such a sweep, really. Anyway, the legendary Fox returns to Edinburgh with his brand new show for the adults. There is a child's version as well. Following his total sold out 2019 Fringe debut. Now, we wanted to see it in 2019.
Yeah, because everybody was talking about it.
Everybody was talking about it. We just never got to it. So it's really great to see. And then fresh from appearances on Last Leg, Channel 4, Comic Relief, blah, 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 right? And then a couple of reviews. It was one of the bigger rooms at the Gilded Balloon Theatre in the debating hall. And it is in one of the big rooms, although there was a bit of an issue, wasn't there? Not with the show, but we'll get onto that. But we were asked to wait in the bar, and they said that they would come and we weren't alone. There was probably about 20 of us in there, maybe more.
Well, no, anyway, no more than that, but right. Yeah.
And we were told that we would be, because we weren't obviously allowed in at that point, and we were told that they would come and get us, except that they didn't.
No, it was very strange.
So,
because we'd come up, there were obviously two sort of turret entrances, and we'd gone up one and been, like as Ian has said, directed through to another room, a holding area, and then it sort of was time's ticking, and then
it was after the show.
And then a couple of people sort of got up and walked to the other turret and started to disappear. So we followed them.
Well, actually, we were talking to a couple of people who'd seen some of our other videos, weren't we?
Oh, that's
and it was when they started to move.
Yeah, well, that's right. We followed them, and we discovered that this quite large venue was full.
Yeah,
it was very odd. So I'm glad, we would have missed the beginning because nobody told us. Or nobody called us. Anyway, though that's by the by. We got to the show.
And it's Basil Brush.
It's a big nostalgia kick, isn't it?
But ruder.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was only one bit I really didn't like, and I don't like these sort of things. Whereas Mr. I can't remember the guy's name. Who was his handler or Mr. whoever. We're not doing our job properly there. We should have made a note of that.
No, apologies.
Apparently he'd been on Britain's Got Talent, and this Basil said he was available. So the only thing I didn't like, and I think it's before Basil came out, or it was right at the beginning when Basil came out.
Oh yes.
He started firing what he said was gin and tonics at the audience with a watering pistol. Well, I have to say, I never warmed to that sort of behaviour.
No, because then he came out with one of those master blasters,
a super soaker, and then he came out with a gardening hose, although he didn't actually use the gardening spray.
No.
So
no,
that
I didn't like that bit.
Anyway, he did do that. He didn't hit us because we were right at the back, but
Yeah.
And he had people getting up, didn't he, out of the audience and doing certain things.
No, that was okay.
And it was good. It was good fun, and it was an hour. It was a big nostalgia kick, and he had special guests. Can we say not the person special guest? Because I think he has a special guest every show. But I was going to say about Suchi and Sweep. We can say about that.
Well, there's a couple of sort of videos.
Yeah.
Well, Suchi and Sweep feature.
That's fine. Which was quite nice to see as well.
But it's quite fun.
Yeah. No, it was
I mean, it was like, you know, he usually does. He appears from behind a desk. I mean, refers.
He refers to the person down below.
Yeah, to the person below.
Yeah. And because actually, one of the things that they got people to do, we didn't do it, but they put a phone number up. They called it Basil's burner phone, and you would asked if you had a question to just text the question, and then they read some out. And one of the questions was how many people. I think the actual real question was how many people had been up Basil's bottom, had their hand up Basil's bottom, and actually he said there's only ever been two. Which I was quite surprised. Yeah. Obviously, there's been 8 misters over since because it's 60 years. 60. It's his 60th year of Basil Bros. So there's been 60, and then but only ever 2 guys have been the puppet master. Which is really quite something special, you know. Yeah. And just right at the end, he came out, didn't he? But we were all already leaving. Yeah.
And Basil had, he did sort of ask for shout outs, you know, who were from the 60s and the 70s, right. Yes, who were from the 80s, etc. You know, because he's obviously done, he's been around for lots of generations. Yeah, so that was really quite nice. That was quite nice, yeah.
And he was asked who his favourite Mr. was.
Oh, yeah.
Should we say or should we leave it?
No, we'll leave it. Yeah.
I mean, you'd probably get asked that again. So if you go, you know, and obviously the questions.
So I mean, it was like, you know, the format was the Basil Brush Show, basically.
Yeah. You might see on TV.
It was ruder, but it wasn't. It wasn't OTT.
No, and it wasn't. There was nothing offensive really about it.
No, I mean it was funny.
You know, the guest that he had did magic, and it was very impressive.
And he had. He asked which was our favourite way that he arrived or disappeared.
Oh, that's right,
behind the desk, which I won't. But that's very funny.
And that he may do that again because that was very funny. We shouldn't spoil that. That was good.
No. Yeah. But so there were lots of laughs.
How many stars?
I think I'm going to go for a very solid 3.
I would go for a solid 3 as well. It was really good fun.
Yeah.
You know. And it pretty much looked like it was sold out.
It did. You know. But then it is 2 for 1s.
Oh, yeah, that's a point. It is, yes.
But having said that, we know in 2019
it was sold out.
It was sold out, so I think it's got a bit of reputation. And it is great fun.
It is interesting to, just an aside, nothing to do with the Basil show, but we are meeting people who are, obviously, people we meet who are doing shows. And people are saying that there are less, although there's more shows on, there actually, some acts are seeing less people there. Not today, because today and tomorrow are something slightly different. But, you know, and we're not just hearing that from like 1 or 2, probably 4 or 5 conversations that we've had with people that are either actors or comedians or, you know, we were talking to Trevor a lot last night and he'd said that, you know, now Trevor's show is, you know, normally he's completely full every time, and it's not, you know, so it's interesting. We don't quite know, is that because of the financial crisis that's going on? Is that, sorry about that, camera battery died. We were having a bit of trouble with camera batteries not lasting as long as they should do, but hey ho, that's a slightly separate issue. So we both, I mean, we may be repeating ourselves here, but we both said it was a good solid 3. It's on right the way through at the Fringe until the 28th. The only day it's not on is the 25th, and it's the Gilded Balloon Tiviot Debating Hall, 6:30 every evening, and the cost is £15 full price, £14 concession.
And I just noticed that, is it because the 8th has finished?
Yeah, it is, that's
right.
Yeah.
No,
on the website, when a day is gone, they actually block it out, so it looks like it wasn't on before today. We see that with every show.
Right, okay.
So it probably started on the 3rd or the 4th, you see.
Yeah.
So, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers, bye.
Cheers, bye-bye.